What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good? What's up, people? It's me. I'm L27. You know who I am?
Thundercats are on the move. Thundercats are loose, honey.
He's about the business of dipping spoons into sugar bowls. Anyway, real girls do real things. So as to make it easier for insertion, maybe?
No means no, and yes means no.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What's up, what's up, what's up? It is me, L27, and I am back for yet another review. This, ladies and gentlemen, will be our review for Real Life Philanthropy. It is season 3. We will be doing episodes 1 and 2. Episode 1 is called It's a Wrap. Episode 2 is called, what is it called? Hold on. Episode 2 is called A New Friend and Old Enemy. Now listen, we back down here. So that means that I am required to wear the necessary protective gear, because when you're dealing with these girls, you need protection. So we have the necessary protective gear. Listen, y'all, we are 3 seasons in. Y'all know what this gives. Y'all know what it's about. Let's get it in, get it over with, and get through. So we start off with Jamie. Now, believe it or not, they started off with philanthropy. Damn this, I can't even talk through this shit. I can't even talk through this shit. They start off with some real philanthropy, y'all. And Jamie is at home. He is talking to a person from another organization. He's trying to partner with that organization to secure some money and some funds for his nonprofit. It wasn't a whole lot to see here. We then see Kwanzaa. She meets up with Jamie and Darion down to this park. It also was not a whole lot to see at this particular in this particular segment. Kwanzaa gave us a little update on her. She says she's remodeled her salon, and she has added to it. She has a nail tech now. So Kwanzaa out here doing big things down to the great state of Alabama. We then go down to Jamie, who is having a vision board party. Now, they start off having this kind of workshop session type deal where Jamie's explaining to individuals there about all of his various nonprofit organizations that he has and what they do. And then they go and they start to make the vision boards. So then we see Trace O'Raw. Now, I was very surprised to see Trace O'Raw. I know he has a YouTube channel. I've watched his YouTube channel from time to time. So I was very surprised to see him. I didn't know whether or not he was going to be added to the cast, whether or not production was being messy and just invited him, whether somebody else in the cast invited him, but he was there. Unbeknownst to Jamie. Jamie had no clue he was coming. Ty Valentino was there. Who else was there? I didn't even write down who all was there. But Ty Valentino and Kwanzaa. It was Kwanzaa, Ty Valentino, Trace O'Raw, and then Jamie. Nobody else, I don't think, was there, unless I missed somebody. Anyway, Trey said, listen, I'm waiting to see Bryson, because that bitch got a whole lot of shit to say about me on Al Gore's Good Internet, and I ain't about this internet talking, even though you have a whole YouTube show where all you do is talk shit on the internet, but that's not here or there. I don't have it to do going back and forth. Let's see if he keep that same energy in person. And I'm waiting to see him, because I'm going to check his ass when I see him. Jamie looked and said, oh, you going to check my friend? And you think I ain't going to get him a heads up? So he made a mental note to self. Make sure you tell Bryson that Trace O'Raw say he wants all the heat and all the smoke. Make sure you add an extra little stank on it, just so you can get Bryson amped up and hyped up about it. Trey called the group boring. He said this group of individuals on the show is boring. He also said that he heard Devontae is the scammer. That's all Jamie needed to hear, because Jamie don't see it for Devontae anyway. So you gave him Trace O'Raw. I think Trace O'Raw was there to, get the drama started, sow seeds of, deception and disrupt the peace and tranquility of the individuals on the show. My question at this point was production. Come at production. Come at production. Now we would. I feel like before we had this vision board party, we have new members of the show, new main characters, new people who took promo pictures and shit. And it's episode 1. In my brain and in my mind, I would have had like an individual segment, like right about here before the vision board thing, where I would have allowed the audience to be introduced to the new cast members and get a little bit about them. I would have had a scene with maybe Nard, him, I don't know, maybe styling somebody or out doing something, him and his boyfriend or something. So you just had an opportunity to get to know him. He could do some confessionals to, add on to the scene that we saw with him. Then maybe have another scene with Taiwan and so forth. It could have even been a scene where, maybe Jamie and Taiwan are at one of their fraternity events, since we found out they were fraternity brothers. But maybe Taiwan could have gave us more information about who he was and kind of had a real flushed out introduction of new cast members. But we got new cast members. Y'all having these scenes and these events, and y'all introducing other new people who ain't even on the cast. And we're spending way more time on people, as we'll see later in this episode, that's not even on the cast than we are being introduced to actual real cast members. That's my critique. That's on you, production. That ain't on the talent. That is on you. Y'all got to y'all got to I need a storyboard. I need an arc. I need some, even though this is reality television, there still should be an arc. You still need a storyboard. You still need to see how these things fit in with each other. Anyway, I'm just saying. Um After that, we went down to the Real Life and Reality Studios down in Jonesboro, Georgia. Now I've been there before. Nice place, nice place. So you had Jamie, Ty Valentino, Jamie, Bryson, Devontae was there. Taiwan was there. We meet Taiwan. He was cute. I like Taiwan. He was cute. Um, Allegedly, some people say he dated Malik. Some people say he didn't date Malik. I don't know. They might have just been friends. Who knows? Taiwan, are you on Malik's OnlyFans? Because we know Malik got an OnlyFans. Are you on his OnlyFans? I just want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. I'm just saying. Anyway, let me know in the DMs if you're in the OnlyFans. I might go take a gander just to see what's going on. Just for journalistic purposes. Um, Jamie says that's his fraternity brother, and he was real cool. I liked Taiwan on first, interaction with Taiwan. He was cool. Loved his confessionals. He has great confessionals. He does a great job at narrating what's going on. I kind of got bothered when he kept being asked questions in the middle of his confessional instead of just letting him just talk, because he does a great job on his own narrating what was happening and filling us in on his insights. I think he does the best narration. Like, if you wanted somebody to narrate the show, it should be Taiwan, because he does a good job of really, letting you know what happened on a confessional. Um, so then the girls began to activate, and so they tell Bryson, "Hey Bryson, this dude named Trey So Raw said he got smoke with you. He said when he see you, it's on site. He wants all of the smoke, all of the pressure. He's gonna check you." 38 seconds later, who walks in the door? Trey So Raw. Trey So Raw took 3 steps in, didn't even get close to sitting down, was walking toward his chair to sit down, and baby Bryson, who had already been amped up by his friends, pounced. Bryson wasted no time pouncing on him, not physically but verbally. And baby, listen, they went on and on and on. Now here's the problem: you, if not one of the cast members, if you don't have a cast member that can step in and direct traffic or stop certain things from happening, At the bare minimum, production should have stepped in and stopped Bryson, because Bryson, him pouncing on Trey so fast before Trey even got a chance to sit down, it kind of threw off the whole atmosphere of what y'all were trying to do. And I wasn't even there, and I could tell it probably threw a monkey wrench in everything y'all wanted to do. Because now y'all got to spend the next 45 minutes to an hour listening to these hoes go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because what did you expect Trey to do? He ain't even sat down, and Bryson coming at his throat. And so, what does he do? Well, he out here windmilling, Bryson out here windmilling, and girl, it's a whole verbal altercation that just went on and on and on. Neither of them were making any punches, verbal punches, I should say, that was really landing. None of them know the art of debate. None of them knew each other well enough to really have a good read. Because to really read somebody like you want to read somebody, you need to know them. And they both kept saying, you don't know me, I don't know you. You don't know me, I don't know you. So, girl, y'all just yelling like, and it got just stupid. And so somebody should have jumped in the beginning, said, hey, Bryson, bruh, I understand you got smoke. Hold off, sweetheart. At least let us sit down and say, hey. Somebody should have stepped in. But it threw everything off. It was just stupid at that. I mean, the argument went on and on and on, and it just was stupid. Eventually, in the sweet by and by, they eventually got them to stop yelling at each other, and they played some game. Now, I don't know how y'all came up with these games, but if you know people in the room got issues with each other, the wrong game for you to play is you saying, oh, tell me a rumor that you heard about somebody here. A rumor? That's what we doing? I don't know how y'all thought this was going to go right. And so Jamie went first. Jamie said, oh, I heard Devontae was a scammer. Now, Devontae, from what I had watched, and I can only go by what production showed us, Devontae had been over there in his corner, having his drink, not bothering nobody. Jamie called that young man a scammer, or said he heard a rumor that he was a scammer. And well, Devontae said, well, girl, you calling for me? Well, girl, here I go. And he activated. So magically, important parts of the evening magically got lost. Footage got lost. In particular, footage of Devontae giving whatever read he gave to Darion about a health read. Now, they went back and said that he said that Darion was one pill away from dying. If he missed the pill, he would die, because Darion is HIV positive. Darion's been very open about being HIV positive. Jamie gets upset. T Spiller, who I've never seen T Spiller. I've never seen T Spiller. T Spiller be all over the internet, screets, all up and down the YouTube screets. But T Spiller always have an avatar. We never see T Spiller's face. But in this episode, we got to see T Spiller. So if you want to know what T Spiller looks like, go to Real Life and Philanthropy, season 3, episode 1, toward the end. And you'll get to see T Spiller. Now, the messy part, production, you knew T Spiller isn't on camera that much. T Spiller never be on camera. I had never seen T Spiller. Now, I'm sure people knew what he looked like, because I'm sure, he probably be out and about and, at events, and people know who he is. But I've never seen him because, I don't know. And the man always have the avatar. So it's funny to me that production would keep highlighting T Spiller's face. Every time T Spiller says something, they would pan over so you could see T Spiller and see his face. I'm just saying, seemed kind of messy to me, but I'm going to stay out of it. Anyway, so after Devontae said that Darion was one pill away from the grave, T Spiller said, and I quote, I mean, he really didn't lie. Why did he say that? Because now Jamie is upset, is incensed, start cussing at people, going off, leaves. He said he left, drove to the light in the corner. Now, it is a light right there in that corner by the studio. He said he drove to the light in the corner, thought about it, made a U-turn, came back, because he needed to say some things so he could come back and cuss the people out. That's what he said. Now, meanwhile, while all this is going on, production is prancing back and forth on the screen with his hoochie daddy shorts, dick flailing and flopping around everywhere. I said, production, you just can't be walking in front of the camera with your little hoochie daddy shorts, dick damn near falling out the side of the goddamn short, just flopping around everywhere. Sir, what are you doing? Anyway, Jamie said he left and came back. Now, one I think I will give Trey credit for. Trey checked T Spill and said, "Nah, you was wrong for saying that. You shouldn't say that. You should not be saying that somebody is one pill away from dying, because that ain't true. You know that ain't true." However, I did agree with Trey. At that point, all bets are off. You threw a jab at him, Jamie. You threw the first hit, Jamie. You threw the first blow. When you said you shouldn't have fell for the bait. When you said, when the man asked you, give me a rumor you heard about somebody, you should have picked one of your friends. You should have picked somebody that you was good with. You chose somebody who you knew you had issue with and came out with some rumor that you knew he was going to have an issue with. So when you threw the first blow, all bets are off. In the game of, if we're in the game of war and we in here and you going, me, guess what? I'm going to say whatever I feel I need to say to get you hot and bothered, and clearly he did, because it worked. Because you thought you was going to throw out there, oh, I heard you a scammer. And he was going to just let that sit there and not say nothing back. So he knew, oh, oh, I know how to get you. What about your little friend? And he went in on Darion and got you all hot and bothered. Mission accomplished. I was with Trey at that point. Trey said, hey, we out here in the middle of the street banging and windmilling. Girl, it is what it is. Ain't no rules in fighting. Ain't no, when we out here reading, ain't no rules in, oh, you can read her, but you can't say that. Girl, that's not how these things work, honey. Girl, if you out here, you came at me, girl, I'm going to say whatever. It is what it is. We'll have to talk, we'll work it out in the aftermath. But baby, it's not, so as much as people say, oh, you shouldn't talk about people, and listen, at this point, I don't think, if Darion is that open and upfront and honest about his HIV status, I would hope that somebody trying to throw out a health read wouldn't be a read. Like, that's not something that should bother him. That'd be like, child, because we know that's not true. And why would you even engage in an argument with somebody that believes that if you miss one pill, you might die? Like, that's somebody that don't know. Excuse me. That's somebody that's not all the way there mentally. So why would you even go there? Child, I wouldn't even be bothered. But Jamie, and Jamie, you know too much, and you don't been in the game in HIV, prevention and helping people with HIV, to even let a read like that land and bother you. Like, that was too easy. You were too easily bothered. Jamie, you were way too easily bothered. And once you let your enemy know that something like that will trigger you and bother you, now you let them know every time what they need to say, and now they're gonna push that button every time. You never give people that kind of ammo on you. Anyway, I also noted that, because at this point, the argument started to get heated. Jamie got mad again, cussed everybody in the room out, and left. And when Jamie kind of left this second time, production was like, okay, yeah, we shutting it down. Which, to me, if I'm being neutral, it looks like production, it looks like you are leaning more toward Jamie and how he feels, or his emotions, as opposed to Devontae. Because Devontae came at Devontae too and made allegations about Devontae perhaps doing things that are illegal that he could go to jail for. And there was no shutting down things when it was coming at Devontae's throat, or if Devontae was angry. But when Jamie got angry, it was okay. We need to stop it here. We need to shut it down. Oh, it's too much. I mean, we're here now. We were here. We're here now. We in the mess. You brought people there that you knew was going to start mess. We got in the middle of the mess, but now it's too far because one person who got it started didn't see. You tried to slap me, didn't know that I was going to hit you back with a 2x4. And now you want to stop the fight. No, you started the fight. You just didn't know I was going to be able to hit harder. And I think production, you stepped in. You were so willing to step in now to stop and shut everything down because Jamie was upset. Where was this energy when you should have stopped stuff way back in the beginning, when it was the Bryson versus Trey situation when he didn't even sit down yet? I'm just saying the episode went off from there. Those are my thoughts on episode 1. Episode 2, once again, is called A New Friend and Old Enemy. So they start off with Darion giving his commentary and confessional about the stuff that was done. I mean, I didn't feel like that was needed because he wasn't there. And so I don't know why we would have a confessional for Darion who wasn't at this event. He doesn't get confessionals for an event he wasn't at, because everything you're gonna talk about is hearsay. You're getting a third party, so it's not real. I can't say it's not natural reactions, but you're reacting to what someone told you instead of being there in the moment and really having a full scope or perception of what happened. So I thought that was a bad placement to put Darion there, which further fits the narrative that it looks like you're skewing it to one side. I'm just saying. So what we have here is after production shut everything inside the studio down, everybody outside in the parking lot. Bryson is over there with Devontae. Now wait a minute. Let's paint this picture down. Jamie and Bryson's supposed to be bosom buddies. We good friends, we Judy's, and all of this. So much so, Jamie went and told Bryson what Trey had to say about him. Carrying the bone, because I ain't gonna let you talk about my friend. But the night that all this went down, your alleged friend is over here having full-fledged conversations with the ops. Who is Devontae? Devontae was just coming at Jamie's throat, right? And Bryson, who's supposed to be Judy's with Jamie, is over here telling Devontae, yeah, girl, because you know, we secret good Judy's, honey. Girl, you know I fucks with you like that, girl. You my secret little friend. Girl, that ain't a bitch. I hope you watching this, Jamie. That ain't a bitch you need to trust. Because as soon as you drove out the parking lot, he over there with your ops telling them how much y'all good friends and y'all good Judy's. Girl, that's some weak fucked up ass shit. Girl, I saw that. I caught that. These hoes ain't loyal. I caught it though. I caught it. Bryson then goes over to have a talk with Trey to see if they can resolve their situation. Child, this conversation went nowhere real fast. Once again, they just yelling back and forth about who know each other. Y'all don't know each other well enough to even have real good reads that's gonna land. So y'all was just yelling at each other at this point. The funny part to me was how production kept highlighting Devontae in the back because Devontae gave me life eternal. Baby, when I tell you I rolled and cackled and was sent on the glory by Devontae, because every look he gave, every stance he gave, every, body inflection, girl, I was channeling him. He gave me so much life. Shout out to Devontae giving me background because he gave me everything. So that's all we got from that. We then go to another scene with Darion. He goes to see W from Real Life and Music. Now, I interviewed Vay on my channel before Real Life and Music season started. You can go see that interview. Darion talked to him about some of his suicidal ideations he had. It wasn't a whole lot to see here. We'll move forward. Darion then has a school supply giveaway event for his nonprofit. So then re-enters Apollo. Apollo apparently is back in on the scene. Now, if y'all remember, Apollo goes back to season 1. People was mad at me because I said that Apollo was taking a bump while he was at that goddamn reunion because I said he was a whole ass baser and crackhead, coked out and cracked out his goddamn mind. And people were like, "Oh, El Teddy, you shouldn't say that." Even members of the cast were like, "Nah, El Teddy, you was wrong. You should have did that." And come to find out, he was a whole ass fucking basehead and a fucking crackhead, and I was right the whole time. When you're right as much as I am, you don't have to brag about it. I'm just saying. Anyway, so Bryson comes. Not Bryson. Apollo comes. Darion, Jamie, Taiwan, Apollo, and Apollo are all there. For the event. Devontae comes late with a friend or so, and he's kind of standoffish, not really saying nothing to anybody, to Darion or anybody that's there. So it seems like production. It might have been a situation where production. This was one of the scenes where production said, "Hey, it's an all hands on deck scene. We need everybody there, even though everybody wasn't there." Because why else would Devontae be there? And you can see he can't stand Darion, don't want nothing to do with Darion. He can't stand Jamie and don't want nothing to do with Jamie. So why would he be there of his own volition? Why would he waste gas, time, and energy to come there unless production told him to come? So he was there. Apollo seemed to take issue with the fact that he had an attitude and didn't want to be there the whole time and kind of confronted him about it. Now Apollo, he's saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost and the mighty burning fire and all that and stuff. Girl, he's on his I just got saved 2 seconds ago, so now I'm delivered. Lord. He's saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost and mighty burning fire. You know the girls, they get saved. They just can I just give you a clue? These girls get saved and they just switch from having sex with everybody at the club, with having sex with everybody in the deacon board, or having sex with all of the musicians at the church, or having sex with all of the with half the tenants in the choir stand. I'm just saying that's just how these things work. You go from finding one place to have to get music, dance, and have sex with the people there, be in the club, to having another place where you have music, you dance and or shout, and have people that you can have sex with, the church. Nothing has changed. But he says he's delivered now, and he likes women's. Lord. Girl, if you like it, I love it. If it's good for you, it's great for me. Girl, you and all, you, child, we've seen this happen all the time. I'm not going to go on and on and on. Anyway, Apollo addresses Devontae about his attitude. Devontae says, girl, not too much, girl, because I'm not with all of this. Girl, if you want, I'll fight. I was waiting for him to fight. He was saying he was gonna fight when they was the other night at the studio, and he ain't fight. Now he telling Apollo, girl, I ain't gonna say too much because I don't do all that talking. I'm about throwing hands. Well, girl, where are the hands that are gonna be thrown? They just going back and forth, verbally, not physically, magically. Devontae and Darion then go off and have a one-on-one conversation. Devontae trying to go off on Darion about, girl, I don't see it for you. Da 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 da. I fuck you up. I beat your ass. Darion like, girl, you done had 868 times to fuck me up, and bitch, you ain't touched me yet. Girl, I'll beat you up right now. Well, girl, I'm right here. Beat me up. And that woman ain't moving muscle. Ain't bust a grape. But she talked a good game about who she'll fuck up and what she'll beat up. And girl, she ain't fight nobody. Nothing happened. Girl, real girls do real things. Girl, now she say she from Broward County. Now, that is Broward. It ain't Dade. I'm from Dade County. I'm from Miami Dade. So the Broward County girls, it's give or take whether or not they gonna really be about that life. Real girls do real things. If you was about that life, all of this talking and carrying on, like you said, you wouldn't be doing all this talking. Girl, you'll be about that action. But Darion looked like he got about a foot and a half on you and about 10 to 12 inches in reach over you. You might get beat up. I hate for you to get beat up by Darion. Girl, I'm just saying. Devontae leaves with his friend. After the event, they all go over to, except for Devontae, they all go over to Jamie's house. Bryson magically shows up when it ain't no work to do. He show up when it's drinks, and it's time to drink and spill some tea and talk about people and all of that. But when it was time to do some philanthropy and get some work done, Mama ain't had time for that, honey. I'm just saying. Anyway, but they all at Jamie's house. Then we went into this whole thing where Bryson is talking to Jamie and Darion about, yeah, tell me about Devontae, because I don't trust that bitch anyway. I don't really care for her like that. Wait a minute, whore. Wait, bitch. You were just in the fucking parking lot over there. Yeah, Devontae, because we secret besties. We secret BFFs. We make a commercial saying IDK by BFF Geo on our free time and shit. Like, what the fuck is it, sir? Which is it? Are you friends with Devontae, or are you friends with Darion and Jamie? Because apparently you can't have it both ways. You're talking shit to Jamie and Darion about Devontae, all the while telling Devontae y'all are secret best friends. Which is it? Girl, Jamie and Darion, if y'all don't see this bitch nigga shit for what it is, that's on y'all. Because that's going to come to bite y'all in the ass. Y'all out here windmilling for Bryson, making sure y'all carry all Bryson bones. Meanwhile, Bryson over here with the ops, probably talking about y'all. A mess. Just a damn mess. We then had Apollo admitted to being a whole ass baser, a whole ass crackhead season 1, just like I said. When you're right as much as I am, you don't have to brag about it. The last scene we got was cute, fine ass Taiwan. Hey, Taiwan. Hey, Taiwan. How you doing? See me in my DMs. Anyway, we got cute ass Taiwan. He's getting into pageants and shows and stuff. And not the drag shows, but the boy show, the male shows or whatever. And so he has a pageant coming up. And he wants to, get some outfits and things and some ideas for his pageant outfits. And he talks to Nard, who's also a new cast member, who we still haven't been formally introduced yet. And we at the end of episode 2. Anyway, um, he calls Nard, says, hey, I know you're into fashion. I know that's your thing. That's your arena. That's your industry. Can you come out? I'm going to the fabric store. Can you come with me? Just help give me some ideas. You maybe can, give me some inspiration. Help me out. Because I'm not really good with, clothes and stuff like that. So he says, cool. I'll pull up. Jamie ends up being there. So Nard comes with his boyfriend, whose name is Cordell. Now, it was interesting to me. Taiwan told us that Cordell was his co-worker, and he knew Cordell. Now we also know that Nard either dated Malik, was good friends with Malik, had some type of ship, relationship, friendship, some kind of ship with Malik. So we did find out that after this event that Nard's boyfriend was a topic of conversation with Malik and Taiwan, where Taiwan was like, yeah, Cordell was there with us, but it seemed like that's all it was. There was this uncomfortable confessional where Taiwan is doing what he does. He's doing a great job of narrating and doing his confessional, but production kept pressing and trying to pry on the whole, well, why did you tell Malik? And why you ain't tell Nard that you knew his boyfriend? And what about this? And what about that? And it just kind of seemed uncomfortable. It seemed almost like Taiwan was bothered by that. And instead of just letting Taiwan just naturally flow into his confessionals, like you set him up and ask him a question that will have him elaborate on his thoughts from that scene. But this whole back and forth that you're trying to have with him, and he kept telling you it was no reason for me to tell him, like it was nothing, and I felt like the production was trying to make it into something when, according to Taiwan, it was nothing. And even if it was something, it just kind of seemed real clunky and uncomfortable. Taiwan then invites everybody to this kickback that he's gonna have with Hoochie Daddy shorts and pajamas. I'm here for it. See if something fall out them Hoochie Daddy shorts. That's what I'm looking for. Anyway, Nard then there was also this they did this cutaway to when Jamie had to sit down with Devontae, and it didn't go anywhere because Devontae said, "Bitch, I can't stand you." Jamie said, "Bitch, I can't stand you," and they knew that before they even sat down. Clearly, the scene must not have been too much because it did not make it into its own scene, and it was so not good that production cut it to 15 seconds as a cutaway and flashback in the middle of this scene. So it clearly wasn't nothing to do there. Um, Nard then talks about having a conversation with Darion a couple days earlier, and Darion said that Bryson had all of this shit to say about him, that he's standoffish and had a whole lot of apparently other things to say. And so Nard was like, "Hey, bro, he don't know me from a can of paint. So when I see him, I have questions. You want to know me? Here I am. Let's be formally introduced. But you talking to other people about all of these assumptions and aspersions that you're casting on me on who I am and what I am, and bitch, you don't know me from Adam is a problem." Similar to how Bryson had to say a similar issue with Trey So Raw, having all that shit to say about him, and he didn't know him, but you want to do the same thing with Nard. Now, Nard also said that even though he's good friends with Devontae, Devontae is his own person, and he's his own person. So just because Devontae doesn't like somebody doesn't mean that he doesn't like somebody. So don't judge him off of that. And that pretty much was the whole episode. It wasn't a whole lot after that. It was kind of, I don't know if that was the best scene to have at the end of the episode, but that was the end of the episode. Listen, I'm here, 3 seasons in. I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna have something to say every time. You know that. So hey, let's do what we do. Get in the comment section. Aga about what you saw versus what I saw. Agree, disagree. We're here. My commentary. That's all I got for y'all. Listen, until next time. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.